All right, once again, welcome in everybody. Happy day to you guys. Happy day to me too. I count too, right? For our new folks, if this is an unfamiliar exercise for you, welcome in. This is Qi Gong. We do lots of movement paired with breathing, a lot of spinal mobility, a lot of arms, and if you stand, you'll also get some flow in the legs. For those who have been in this class for a while, welcome back, and for some reason you keep dealing with me. So anyway, good to have you guys again. Let's get started with our warm-up. I usually recommend, even though it's a standing and seated class, standing and seated is fine, I recommend starting seated. That way we can lean down and get to the ankles, and we can also smush the legs before their muscles are contracted if you're standing. So anyway, I recommend seated at first. Stomping the feet, getting some signal through the body. We're waking up the proprioception, right? That's not an Eastern medicine word or anything. That is just our body awareness, essentially. With your eyes closed, you know if your leg is forward or down on the floor, right? And that's proprioception. So those receptors are in the joint, so we're waking up those little proprioception receptors. Stomping left and right. You can speed it up and tap and make some sound with your vocals here as well. La, and rest the feet. Okay, leaning forward, tapping the sides of the ankle, getting blood flow and sensation through the body, maybe even tapping the toes. Working our way up the calves. I have open palms here. Sometimes I have fists. Circles around the knee like you're washing the knee. Little hammer fists, waking up the quadriceps, right? If this is an unfamiliar warm-up to you, give it a shot and see how you feel and see if it feels like you are ready for movement afterward. I think it's great. It breaks up congestion, right? Part of the big underlying goals and methods of Qigong is flow, right? So we're manually getting flow through our body right now. Sides of the leg. And underneath the hamstrings, you can have fists, you can have fingers poking, you can squish, you can move around with the palms, whatever works for you. We're shaking out the muscles, getting anything that's stuck unstuck, right? All right, switching sides. My seams are twisted. All right. Sides of the calf, or sides of the ankle, top of the foot, working our way up the calves. And this is just our lower body warm-up. Washing the knee, top of the leg, little hammers. Gentle enough to where it's not painful, right? It's not aggressive. It's nice. All right, sides of the leg. And when you are ready, underneath the hamstring there, knocking with the knuckles or poking with the fingers. Squishing, whatever. Okay. You can also use the wrists, heels of the hands, kind of, to push from the hip down toward the knee to manually push some flow through that way. All right. Blood flow is good, right? Blood flow carries oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. We've also got breathing techniques that help to amplify that. If you can, you want to breathe in through the nose, right? That's one of those techniques that amplifies the ability to pass blood through the body, oxygen and nutrient carrying device, right? So breathing in through the nose is extra special because it produces nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a vasodilator, and I believe bronchodilator as well. But anyway, it opens up vessels so that you can have better delivery. Great for health. So in through the nose if you can, and out through the mouth. In through the nose if you can, and out through the mouth. All right, let's get the wrists to the ribs, tapping the sides of the ribs here, possibly even making some sound. It might go like this, or ooh, or Okay, so different sounds you can make. Basically, think of a vowel and go for it. I know M's not a vowel, but anyway, make some sound. You can tap the fingertips into the stomach here, getting the digestive system awake, right? Vibration is good. Sound is good. Sound is vibration, right? So the idea is movement through the body, or passing energy, oxygen, carbohydrates, calories, nutrients, glucose, whatever. We're passing everything through the body, like reaching homeostasis. You could say centering our energy. And you can alternate left and right. It'll sound faster. And 3, 2, 1. Rest the arms at the sides. You might feel a little buzzing in the fingertips. Your nervous system just trying to re-regulate and catch up with all that sensation. Breathing in through the nose, tilt the nose up just a little bit. And out through the mouth. Let's roll the wrists. Now don't stop breathing, but I'm not going to guide us the whole way. Bend and extend the elbows. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Big shoulder rolls if you can. And last one, switch directions. Up, forward, and down. Okay, turning the head left and right. Now, I'm going to turn my body to the side sometimes throughout the class. You don't have to do that. I just do that for another view for you guys, right? You don't have to turn sideways in your chair usually. Eyes forward. And one more note before you kind of get to your standing or seated position, right? I'm going to start seated. First half is seated, second half is standing. If you are standing, you want to make sure you're moving the legs, right? You don't want to lock the knees out the whole time. In fact, you don't want to lock the knees out at all. You don't want to snap the knees back like this. You want to bend the knees, exhale and sink, inhale and rise. Exhale and sink, inhale and rise. And that's with just about all of our moves, right? There might be some like where we're doing bow and arrow and you twist and you still don't want to rotate the knees. It's just rise and fall with the legs. I'm going to start seated so we don't have to worry about that stuff too much in the first half. Another thing, this is for everyone, address any pressure areas. If that's in your sit bones, wiggle the hips. If it's in your feet, stomp the feet, shake them out, move them, right? And here we go. Breathing in, rolling the wrists up toward the shoulders. Exhale, float the hands down, down, down. Breathing in, roll the wrists up toward the shoulders. Exhale, down, down, down. 2 more. Here's 1. Rising nice and tall. Exhale, down, down, down. Last one, coming on up. And exhale, down, down, down. Turn the palms up. Let's circle out and up halfway. Exhale, down at the side. So I'm making this semicircle here. Breathing in, circling out and up halfway. Exhale, down at the sides. If you don't have full range of motion, you can always modify, right? These can be smaller movements than I'm doing. All right, I'm going to come up and overhead. Same thing applies though here. You can come up and overhead if you can reach comfortably. Or a full circle might look like this. Breathing in, circling out and up. Exhale, out and down. So they can be very small. Full circle, out and up. Exhale, out and down. Now I'm going to do one hand at a time, pointing my nose at my right hand to get some neck motion here. Circling out and up. Exhale, out and down. Then I'll point my nose at my left hand, circling out and up. Exhale, out and down. Switching over to the right. Breathing in, coming out and up. Remember, if you're standing, you want to sink down as you exhale. And then rise as you inhale. Exhale, out and down. All right, both arms coming out and up now. Nice wide feet. Exhale the palms forward and down. Like you're washing a giant window in front of you. Circle out and up. Exhale forward and down. If you're seated, your legs might get in the way. That's okay. You just have to drag the hands over the legs. Breathing in, circling out and up. Create a little pressure by bringing the lips closer together, like you're blowing up a balloon or blowing out a candle a few feet away. Last one here, circling out and up. And now we're in tiger. So nice wide feet. This move is known to be a little bit more vigorous, but you can modify that to be softer with it if you would like. If you want to be more vigorous, squeeze the shoulder blades back as we come up high, standing tall if you're standing, sitting tall if you're sitting. And then we exhale, push down in the center, kind of rounding the shoulders. You don't want to lean forward here. Don't want to do that, but just rounding the shoulders a little bit, squeezing the chest muscles, the pec squeeze here if you want to be more vigorous. Fill the lungs as we've got our tiger claws here, cat claws. It looks like rock climbing hooks, right? Can climb the wall. Exhale down. Breathing in, getting some spinal extension and flexion. Exhale down. To the side, it looks like this. Coming up. So I'm mostly rounding my upper shoulders. My low back is still pretty vertical. Breathing in, coming up. Last exhale here. And back up by the shoulders. We've got our cat claws, tiger claws. And let's push forward and center. Okay, so it's like tiger, but it's straightforward. Okay, breathing in, pulling back. Forward and narrow. Back and wide. Forward and narrow. Back and wide. Forward and narrow. Extend the spine. Last one, forward and narrow. Turn the palms up and let's circle out, pushing the sternum forward. So this is still spinal extension and flexion. Push the sternum forward as we circle out. Exhale, circling forward. Again, if you don't have full range motion of the shoulders here, you can bring the elbows down a little bit. That's fine. This is more about shoulder scapular mobility here, okay, retraction and protraction, than anything. But horizontal abduction, if you want to look that up, is also happening in the shoulders. If you do the full move, not necessary though, okay? Breathing in as we circle out, sternum forward, exhale and unwind. Breathing in, palms up, circling out. Exhale, circle forward. Breathing in, circling out. Two more, here's one. Last one. Exhale, circle forward. Bow and arrow is next. I'm going to leave my left hand forward and pull my right fist back by my ribs. You don't have to be on the same side as me. Also, if you're standing, watch your knees. Make sure they're not twisting, okay? We should only rotate at the spine here. So pull back with the right fist. Exhale and unwind. Don't hit your elbow on your chair, right? Don't hit your funny bone. Left hand pulls back, breathing in. Exhale and unwind. Right pulls back, breathing in. Exhale, unwind. Left pulls back, breathing in. Unwind. Two more. Here's one. Spinal rotation. Exhale, unwind. Great work today, everybody. And in. Exhale, unwind. Roll the wrists up and back by the forehead. And then we exhale, push forward. So this is, our hands are lined up with our shoulders here as we push forward. And when we roll back, it reminds me of pulling the tablecloth out, right? And keeping all the silverware right where it is. So we push, roll up and back. Push straight forward. Up and in. Push straight forward. Up and back. It's okay to make some sound with your exhale, up and back. Last one, up and back. Feet come close together. Exhale, forward and down. Okay, this is wheels on the train with feet side by side. So come up the body. Exhale, forward and down. Breathing in, coming up the body. Exhale, forward and down. Breathing in, up the body. Exhale, forward and down. I'm going to do a really slow one here to really get a nice deep breath. In as we come up. Forward and out. Yawning, burping, belching, all that kind of stuff. If you got to scratch, if you got to sneeze, let your body do what it needs to do, right? It's trying to reach homeostasis. I think that's the Western way of saying it's trying to center itself, right? It's trying to balance. Breathing in, coming up. Trying to get out inflammation and burp. It's trying to release gas. It's trying to exchange oxygen and yawn. Last one here. Breathe in, come up the body. Exhale, down. Breathe in as we come up and back. So we reversed directions here. Exhale, down. Breathe in as we come up and back. Exhale, down. Breathe in as we come up and back. Exhale, down. Last one, breathing in, nice deep breath, coming up and back. Exhale, low and wide. This move is called hourglass. You'll see why. Low and wide. When we breathe in, we come narrow, followed by high and wide. And the palms are kind of up. It's like we're reaching up for something, right? Reaching, reaching, reaching. It's raining and we needed it, okay? Exhale, narrow to low and wide. Okay, so we breathe in, we come up. Exhale and go down. Breathing in, coming up. Exhale, down. As you reach up, you might get a lot of stretch kind of here in the upper gut and respiratory system. You might burp. That's fine. And down. Let's do two more here. One. Exhale on the way down. And last one. Nice deep breath like it's the biggest stretch of the morning or the day. Whatever time it is. Exhale and down. Shake out the arms. Roll the shoulders. Both directions. Awesome, awesome job, everybody. Weight shift left and right and take a brief break, right? If you've been breathing my rhythm for the first 20 minutes, that's great. That's fine. There are benefits to breathing somebody else's pace, but you might need to catch your own breath. You don't want to get headachy. You don't want to hold your breath. And in other practices, sometimes we practice holding our breath. In yoga, sometimes that happens. And several others, not just yoga, but in Qi Gong, often, at least in this class, we do a lot of continuous flow. That includes our body, that includes our breath, okay? So we're trying to stay cyclical, stay circular, stay flowing like a stream, not stagnant like a mud puddle, right? So at the top of your breath, we shouldn't squeeze and hold and do a Valsalva maneuver, right? If you know what that is, pressure out. You should just start to drop it. And at the bottom of the breath, don't pause either. Just float back up. If you're breathing slower or faster than me, that's fine. You can do more repetitions to kind of even things out. All right, I'm going to get to a standing posture now. You're welcome to stay seated, as usual. If you stay seated, just know there might be a couple of moves where those knees get in the way. That's okay, right? Just pick your arms up a little bit more. It feels a little less natural, but whatever. We already had that happen with one move, right? Where we, gosh, I think we were scooping or something. Yeah, we were coming out and up. Yep, it was this one. So the legs kind of get in the way if you're seated. That's okay, right? Wiggle the hips if you're feeling pressure in your sit bones. move the feet if you're feeling pressure in your feet. All right, second half of class here. While you're watching, go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on when I post new videos like this one. Shaking out the arms, shaking out the legs. And we'll do a lot of the same movements. We'll probably get to a couple extras now in this second half. So we'll probably have a little extra time. Weight shifting left and right. If you just stood for the first time like I did, you've got to wake up the lower half of your body, right? We got to wake up the legs, wake up the ankles. Wake up the knees, wake up the feet. Weight shifting left and right. Okay, this is our first move where if you're still seated, that's fine, but your knees might get in the way. I'm going to circle around with the arms. This is called Bear in the Woods. Swinging the arms, weight shifting left and right. Now I'm not planting my foot and twisting it. It's just a light weight shift, bumping into the sides of the body. Sometimes I come up as I weight shift and my arms come up a little bit higher. That's fine if you want to do that. But I might just stay low with my arms today. All right, and I'm going to go in slow motion in just a second to control my motion. So right now I'm using momentum, right, to swing around, and I'm going to slow it down. Notice your breathing. Did it also slow down? I don't know. Mine did. All right. Starting with our first move that we started with, seated. Here it is. Sink at the knees and hips. Breathe in as we come up. Exhale, sinking at the knees and hips. Breathing in as we come up. Remember, if you run out of air at the bottom of your breath, come back in, or if you hold your breath at the top, don't. If you do this, don't, right? Go on up. Exhale, sink down. I should say try not to instead of don't, but do your best. Exhale, sink down. Last one, coming on up. And down, down, down. Turn the palms up. And let's circle out and halfway up. Exhale down. Breathing in, circling out and halfway up. Exhale, floating down. I am slowing it down on purpose. Right, I want to get a nice fuller, deeper breath here. I'll speed it up later for different moves to really get the energy pushing. But right now, I'm calming the self and slowing the breath. Last one. All right. Full circles if you can. Up, high, overhead. Exhale as we sink at the knees and hips. Breathing in as we circle out and up overhead. Exhale as we sink at the knees and hips. Breathing in, circling out and up. Exhale, sink at the knees and hips. All right, right hand only. I'm going to point my nose at my right hand so that I get some neck motion here. Breathing in. Exhale, sinking down. Left hand circling out and up. Breathing in. Exhale, sinking down. Right hand again. Breathing in. And by the way, it never matters to me which side you're on. I just tell you which side I'm on in case it helps somebody out there. You don't have to copy me. Left hand circling out and up. Exhale, circle out and down. I'm going to do one more on each side and then move on. Right hand out and up. Exhale out and down. Left hand out and up, breathing in. Exhale out and down. All right, both arms at the same time, circling out and up. Palms turn forward, and it's like we're washing down a window right in front. Now with this move, I'm going to be a little bit faster with my exhale. I'm going to open up my mouth a little bit wider, called an ocean breath. And a more open mouth, right? That means there's a more open airway for more airflow to exit, so it happens faster. So here we are. Circle out and up. Big circle in the mouth. It'll be fast. Breathing in, circle out and up. Circle out and up. Right? Steady in. All out. This is considered a hot breath, like you're steaming up or fogging a glass in front of you or a mirror in front of you. Out and up. I'm going to do 2 more. Last one. All right, tiger. As we come up high, we've got our cat claws, tiger claws, little hooks, rock climbing hooks, and we pull the shoulder blades back. If you want to be more vigorous here, squeeze the back muscles and really open up the chest. Exhale, rounding the shoulders, but keeping the spine fairly straight up and down, right? We don't want to round the low back like this. Just the shoulders as we sink down. You can squeeze the chest muscles and squeeze the core as you exhale. Breathe in as we come up. Exhale, down and out. Breathing in, coming up. Exhale, down and out. And the intensity is completely optional, right? Breathing in as we come up. Exhale, down and out. Breathing in as we come up. Exhale, down and out. I'm going to do 2 more exhales here coming up. Here's one. Last one coming up. Exhale, get it all out. All right, coming up, and then same thing as before, but we push straight forward now, one hand over the other as we sink at the knees and hips. Okay, here's another view. Breathing in, pulling back. Exhale, straight forward, sink at the knees and hips. Breathing in, pulling back. Exhale, straight forward. Breathing in, pulling back. Maybe create some pressure in the lips for a stronger set of muscles to exhale with. Breathing in, pulling back. 2 more exhales. Here's one. Breathing in, pulling back. Exhale, forward. Palms turn up, slightly bent elbows. I mean, if you have any limitations in the shoulder, they can come down much further. But the full move looks like this. Palms up, circle out. Push the sternum forward as we breathe in. Exhale and around the back a little bit. Breathing in, circling out. Exhale, circling forward. Breathing in, open up the chest. Exhale, circle forward. Breathing in, circle out. Exhale, forward. Last one here, breathing in, circling out. And exhale, circle forward. Bow and arrow is next. I'm going to stay sunken down just a little bit, not twisting the knees or hips. Right hand pulls back, breathing in. You might knock on the ribs here for a second. Creating vibration is good, right? Exhale, unwind. Left hand pulls back, breathing in. Exhale, unwind. Right hand pulls back, breathing in. Exhale, unwind. My legs are getting tired here. Left hand pulls back, breathing in. Unwind. I'm going to do 1 more on each side. You can move the legs if you need to. Right hand pulls back, breathing in. If there's ever something that feels like it's blocking flow, right, you need to just wiggle. That's okay. Left hand pulls back, breathing in. Exhale, unwind. Roll the hands back by the shoulders, breathing in. Exhale, down the body. Breathe in as we come up and back. Exhale, down the body. This is wheels on the train, reverse wheels on the train, I guess. Exhale, down the body. Breathe in as we come up and back. Exhale, down the body. Up and back. Exhale, down. up and back. Exhale down. I'm going to slow it down here and get some nice deep breaths. Here's 1. Exhale down. 2, nice deep breath. And last one, then we'll reverse directions. Come up and back. Exhale, send this wheel forward. Breathe in, come up the body. Exhale forward. Breathe in, come up the body. Exhale forward. Breathe in, come up the body. Exhale forward. Last one here, breathing in, coming up the body. Exhale forward. Now, if you're seated, you want your feet close together. If you're standing, it won't matter. We've got our hourglass. We come up high and wide, breathing in. Exhale, narrow, followed by low and wide. So it's an hourglass in the middle, right? It's narrow, and high and low, it's wide. Exhale as we sink down. Breathing in, coming on up. Exhale as we sink down. Breathing in, coming on up. Let's do a few more of these. Exhale down. Breathing in, coming on up. Exhale down. Nice deep breath in through the nose if you can. Exhale down. And here's our last one here. Nice deep breath coming on up. I'm just going to exhale forward and then roll the wrists up by my ears again. Exhale, pushing straight forward. Similar to last time when we were doing this seated. We roll up and back. Exhale, straight forward. So this is the one where it looks like we're pulling the tablecloth out, keeping the silverware there, and exhale, pressure with the lips. If you want to make some sound, that's great. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. The hands can swing here. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. All right, friends, we are not quite done. We've got a few minutes left here, which is great because I want a little bit more movement for myself, and hopefully you do as well. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Remember to re-regulate your breathing and break away from my rhythm at any time. Some people breathe in 8 breaths per minute, 6 breaths per minute. Some people breathe in 20 breaths per minute, right? So there's a lot of variation here. And some is better than other, but it's something to work towards slowing the breath, but nothing to get a headache over, right? We don't want to necessarily strain the brain by lacking our oxygen flow, right? So catch your breath whenever you need to. All right, next up, if you're seated, that's fine. You'll probably want some nice wide feet for this, just for a good base of support. I'm going to stay standing, but just like before, like I said, there might be a couple of moves here where we're rotating and it feels like the knees are in the way if you're in a chair. That's okay, right? Just pick them up a little bit higher and that's fine. All right, here we are. I'm going to weight shift to the side with my arms out to the side, and this is called pendulum, right? Swinging out to the side, breathe in as we swing the other way. So it comes up on the ends here, up and out, down in the middle. Okay? If you're seated, the knees get in the way for this one. That's okay. Just drag the hands over the legs. That's fine. Next up, very similar. This is brushing the tall grass. Okay? So instead of coming up high on the sides, we'll bring the hands low and pull across. So notice the difference. It's not about being super duper low as much as it is being the same height off the ground the whole time. Now these could be higher grass blades, but imagine you went a year without cutting the grass and it came up really high, I don't know, 3 feet tall, and you're bringing your fingertips through the grass blades. Maybe you can smell the sweet grass, or maybe they're dewy in the morning and slightly damp, or maybe it rained and they're nice and fresh and soaking wet. I don't know, but you can feel the grass blades between your fingertips. Different than pendulum, where we swing up on the sides and down in the middle. Okay, so breathe in one way. Exhale as we drag the fingertips the other. If you're standing, we're really getting the legs involved here. If you're seated, you might get the core involved as you kind of weight shift and bend just a little. One more each way. Next up is painting the hills. Okay, so I'm going to have my left hand to my right hip or right hand to the left hip. Doesn't matter to me. Left to right, doesn't matter. Breathe in as we paint a hill. And this bottom hand actually sneaks across, right? It's subtle, it's silent, but it's sneaking across to reset on the other side. Exhale as we paint a hill the other way. So the high hand is our painting hand. Palm forward. Imagine you've got some finger paint on that hand, and you're actually smearing a big streak over this hill. Okay, it's going to be a pretty abstract, perfectly rounded hill, I suppose. So we breathe in one way and out the other. These very circular movements where we're left and right and just kind of swaying with the body, I mean, you could do these all day. These are really good calming exercises. You can make them more alerting, but I would say you would want to go faster and bounce a little bit. Right now I'm just swaying one, swaying the other way. All right. Next up, and this will be one of our last moves before our closing here. Let's circle out and up, breathing in. Exhale out and down. This is rainbow. Okay? So my shoulders are facing you, my sternum's facing you. Next time we'll do something like rotating rainbow, but today I'm just going to do rainbow. It's like two-dimensional. We've got a wall in front of us and we're just circling out and up. Exhale out and down. Sway out and back to the center. Out and back to the center. Sway out, center, out, center. So breathing in as we circle out and up. Exhale out and down. In, out and up. Exhale out and down. Let's do one more each way and we'll get to our closing sequence. In and up. Exhale out and down. If you are used to this class, you'll be familiar with the closing sequence. If you are new to the class, then it won't feel like a cool down, right? Because it's just as involved as our other movements. But when you get used to these same closing sequences, each time it starts to be more of a cool down, right? But anyway, if you're new, we'll call it closing. If you're used to this class, maybe it's a cool down. Here we are. Palms come together. This move is called tracing the meridians or washing the Qi. And here's how I do it. I bring my palms together. I breathe in, coming up over the head. Exhale back behind the head, in front of the shoulders, armpits, ribs, and down toward the waist. Then I breathe in again as I sink underneath the knees. And I round the back here, which normally we don't do, but for this controlled exercise, I round the low back, tuck the chin, and I work my way back up with each vertebrae one at a time. Now, one thing we don't want to do with this is round the back, bend, and then spring out of it. So we don't want to round, bend, and then snap back. We don't want to bend and snap. Instead, we want to come down underneath the knees, tuck the tail, and we roll up one vertebrae at a time, right? It's low, medium, high, all the way up to the neck. Okay, tuck the chin so that we're not extending the neck while we do this. We want to tuck it down. as we come up. Okay, I'm gonna do about 3 of these. Palms together, breathing in, coming up. Exhale on the way down. Breathing in underneath the knees. Tuck the tail and the chin, coming on up. Breathing in, coming up. Exhale down by the waist. In as we come under the knees. Exhale as we rise. Last one. Down by the waist. Under the knees. And roll up in our final movement sequence. We'll just do it twice. We push in 4 different directions. Down, sideways, forward, and up. Okay? This is called clearing or expanding, or maybe both, clearing or expanding the small universe. So we push in 4 different directions. You don't have to memorize it. It's very similar to our other moves that we've done. Sink as we push. Pull back to the shoulders as we rise. Okay? Here we are. I'm going to do it with you. Breathing in, hands come up to the shoulders. Down is first as we exhale. Breathe in, come back up to the shoulders. Exhale out to the sides. Breathing in, back to the shoulders. Exhale straight forward. Breathing in, back to the shoulders. This is the one that looks funny and feels funny. We push up and squat down at the same time. But yoga does a similar move, so I'm sure the East is onto something there. Exhale down. Breathing in, coming up. Exhale out to the sides. Breathing in, coming on up. Exhale straight forward. Breathing in, coming on up. Last push, we push up and sink down. Nice deep breath in, final deep breath, hands over the heart. Standing nice and tall, maybe even coming up onto your tiptoes. Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. And exhale, unfold, unwind. Release all that energy and just kind of reset ourselves. Okay, shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Move anything that you feel like you need to move, although I think we moved darn near everything. So great job today. Thank you so much for being an additional motivation for me to move, right? On days where I don't feel like moving, you guys still get me to. So thank you so much. If you would like this channel to be seen by others, you can help by clicking the subscribe button and the like button so that YouTube will recommend it to other people as well. All right, thank you so much.